What's up, everybody? This is the answer section of the Q&A. I got a good chunk of them written down. If I missed anybody's question, I'm sorry. I either didn't see it or I thought it was one that was already asked. So, yeah, and I'm sorry I didn't get around to putting this up earlier, but I've been super nauseated all day, and I didn't want to do anything. I laid in bed for most of the day, but I'm feeling a little bit better now that it's 11:30 at night. So yeah, I got my questions all written down. These are a mix between questions asked on Twitter and on the original Q&A video, and I'm going to get through these now. So yeah. At Corey Ludden asks, have you ever exercised on an elliptical? And if you have, how did you manage? Right away into the exercising questions. As if some of you don't know, I've been exercising very regularly now, and I've been tweeting about it to get other people to exercise along with me, and to kind of keep everybody motivated in getting healthy. The answer to this question is yes, I actually own an elliptical. And how did I manage? I put it this way: I'll only use it if I absolutely cannot walk outside. Like a couple weeks ago, or not a couple weeks ago, but a couple days ago, I tweeted about this, that it had started raining really hard and I didn't want to walk outside because I don't mind getting wet, but I didn't want my phone to get wet. So I ended up just walking on the elliptical. And I did it for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. That's how long the mission on Zombies Run was. And I was like soaked completely through and had troubles walking up the stairs because my thighs were just felt like jelly. And so yeah, that's the answer to that. History asked, did you have a tough time getting started on YouTube? Yeah, kind of. When I first started YouTube, though, I didn't really plan on using it much. I just signed up to do some, mostly just to watch videos. I did eventually want to do stuff with it, but I didn't really. I wasn't gung-ho about it. I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to use this as monetary means to support myself and stuff like that. But when I started doing videos regularly, I actually did videos for Manga Minx on her channel when she first started up her new channel, and I did Let's Plays and stuff on hers. I had a segment called Zero Continues, where my friend Jesse and I would play retro SNES games together. And I did do a couple of Let's Plays plus a bunch of videos with Mega Minx as well on her channel. And when I finally decided to start doing this on my own on my channel and got became partnered through Curse, or Union for Gamers, it helped having already gained a bit of a following through Minx, so doing videos on her channel. So that made things a lot easier than most people would probably have a time with when getting started on YouTube. So all right. Dakota, or no, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Aurora Guinevere Price asks, and she is a good friend of mine and a YouTuber. You guys should check her out, youtube.com/Aurora Guinevere Price. AGP asks, what made you start YouTube and Let's Playing in general? When I first started using YouTube, again, I wasn't really using it for much, but I wanted to use it as a means to do my music. Before I started doing instrumentals and stuff, before I even started making beats, I was just rapping. And this was also around the time MySpace was really big, and we were using MySpace to put our music up, and I wanted to use YouTube to put my music up and kind of get our name out there more, and also like get other artists to hear me and be like, oh, you know, like collaboration opportunities and stuff. And I didn't really have I didn't think about Let's Playing or anything. I didn't watch Let's Playing. Sometimes I would look up video tutorials on YouTube if I was stuck on a game, but yeah, I never really considered using it as a thing for Let's Playing, and I really didn't until, again, I started hanging out with Minx and doing stuff with her and on her channel, and that was probably, shit, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe 4 years. It's been a pretty long time ago. Well, not long for most people who do this stuff, but yeah, long for me. So probably right around then, anyways. Dakota Atkinson asks, who is your biggest musical inspiration? That's a hard question to answer, sort of, because I do so many different genres of music now that I don't pull inspiration from just one specific person or a couple specific people. I guess the best answer for that was when I first started rapping, my biggest inspiration for music and rap was a couple rappers, one by the name of Apathy, who I took a lot of my style from. We have obviously very different tones of voice and different ways of rapping, but I borrowed a lot of like his cadence and use of multiple rhyming words and stuff, and then I kind of mixed that with my other inspiration in rap, the unfortunately and sadly late Idea, Eyedea, who I took a lot of his style as far as creativity went, and when I first started, I was doing mostly battle rap and horrorcore, and it's stuff that I just really didn't give a shit about. I just did that because it was fun. But then when I started getting more serious into it, I realized I could take a more artistic approach to the way I do my music, and I got a lot of that inspiration from Idea and Abilities, especially their album E&A Day, which was one of my favorite albums when I started out rapping. So that is the answer to that. At UjoFM, hope I'm spelling your name right, asks, or pronouncing it right, asks, do you have any motto you live by or favorite quote you really like, and how old are you? The easiest answer first, I'm 27. I just turned 27 in May 5th, actually. So I'm getting up there in age now. And do I have any motto that I live by or favorite quotes that I really like? I don't really have I like pretty much anything by Voltaire. I think he's one of the most quotable people, and there's just so much shit that he says that is just like, that makes you say, you're awesome, man. You're an awesome guy. But I don't really live by, like, I don't have like one specific motto that I have, like a rule or a way of living, which is basically keep moving forward no matter what happens around you, no matter what goes wrong. Always keep moving forward, and that's just how I try to live my life by. It doesn't always work out like I want it to, but that's kind of my motto for the most part. Aroro226 asks, or maybe it's Oro, I don't know, asks, what made you want to start a band? And I didn't change the word, even though I'm not really in a band, but I felt that it was still relevant, because when I grew up, I wanted to be in a band. That was when I was a little kid. That was my dream, was to be in a band. And it was because my dad was in a band. He was a lead guitar player for a bar band. And that's just, I always thought that was so fucking cool. I used to brag about it to my friends in grade school. I was like, yeah, my dad's a guitar player in a band. You probably heard of him. They never heard of him ever, because they just playing cover songs in bar bands. It's something a lot of people do. But when you're that young, you're like, yeah, my dad's in a band. And I just thought that was the fuck, and I wanted that. I was less about playing the guitar. I mean, it was a cool idea, but I always wanted to be the lead singer of a band, and I was so pumped about that. And eventually, unfortunately, I never did become part of a band. I did fall into music either way, and it's the whole reason I'm in music. But yeah, I guess that made me want to be in a band. Just growing up as a kid and seeing how cool it was. Now I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it's not as, you know, it's not as, I don't see it as out there cool as I did when I was a kid. It was, you know, more glorified when I was a child. So, all right, Dan J 1996 asks, when did you start playing The Binding of Isaac? Oh, fuck. Probably around January of last year, I think. Just a little bit before I started posting them on my YouTube. So, yeah, pretty much. Hayden Malian asks, how did you meet Minx, Andy, Tesh, and the others? Literally, you just need to know how I met Minx, because everyone else I met through her. So, Minx, it was, oh, geez, I was working on making a beat using a a Silent Hill. It was Silent Hill. Yeah, using a Silent Hill song that I did on piano, and I needed to listen to the music of the game, so I was looking up Silent Hill. Of course, this was back when Manga Minx was on her channel, Manga Minx, years and years ago, and she was doing Silent Hill The Room, I believe. And I started watching that to get some ideas for what would be cool to use for a beat, and then I just started watching her more and more and saying, oh, this is actually pretty funny. And it wasn't too long after, I don't think, that I started messaging her on not on Facebook, on YouTube, about games that we liked and stuff like that. I was asking her about Mass Effect, I think, and we were talking about Mass Effect. And then one day she added me on MSN, and we started talking because it was after her, it was either her birthday or YouTube anniversary came up. And I made the Queen of LPs Minx, Queen of LPs song for her, and we kind of became through that, I guess, and just talking more and more and more, and eventually we just became really good friends, and ever since then she's been like a sister to me. So, and everyone else I literally have met through Minx, doing videos with other people. So, yeah. Christopher Gement, I'm gonna go with Gement, asks, did you have an idol as a child who got you to love and start music? Yeah, I just told a whole story about it. My dad, actually. My dad was and always will be the reason why I do music. It was, you know, watching him play guitar. Like, I could never watch him actually play at bars because I was like, you know, 7, 8, 9. And but sometimes I'd get to, on the weekends, because my parents are divorced, on the weekends that I stayed with my dad, I'd sometimes get to watch him and his band members do band practice, you know, have some jam sessions and work out new sets that they want to do, and I'd get to watch him play, and I was like, oh man, that is so cool. And that's what got me to love and start wanting to do music. All right, Quinn V, do you have any dreams you hope to accomplish in the future? If so, what are they? Yeah, I'd like to, I don't know, make YouTube financially, you know, be able to sustain myself using it financially, because it's something I love to do, and I really would fucking hate to have to go back to doing the shit jobs I used to do, like working in packing plants. So, I mean, this is something I love to do, and I want to keep doing it, and I want it to be able to support me because I love doing it, and I don't want to get stuck doing something I don't want to do. So, yeah, that's about it. Pandas Hugs asks, what's your favorite potato? Twice baked, hands down. All that stuff. Inuyasha Fangirl 88 asks, what would you be doing if not YouTube? Do you plan to upload more spoken word? I think I recognize your thing. I think you subscribed after I put up that last spoken word. So if you're new to my channel, yes, I do plan on putting up more spoken word stuff. I enjoy doing spoken word stuff. It's I can't write them all the time because I don't always have the motivation or inspiration to come up with something that is meaningful to me. So, but yeah, I will be doing more spoken word. What would I be doing if not YouTube? Again, probably. I done a lot. I job hopped a lot. For about 5 years, I've been a forklift driver for factories and packing plants and all that jazz, and it did some pretty crappy jobs, dead end jobs that I wasn't really. It just made me hate myself. So that's probably what I'd end up be doing. Is so, yeah. Naruto Uzumaki asks, favorite anime? Jeez, I don't know. FMA was always my favorite anime when I first started watching anime, but there's so many other good ones out there that I really love. Like I really love Desert Punk, because Desert Punk is just absolutely hilarious, but once you get to the end of the season, you're actually like, this show you watch because it's funny as shit is now like, oh my god, this is so sad. You know, it's not like FMA sad, but it's still pretty sad. Like, it has its moments, like serious moments that are really, that kind of throw you off guard with how just quirky the show is in general. Kemono Zume is also really, really fucking good, but that one is a really sad anime, and I really love that. It's very artsy as well. The way the art style, the drawing style of it is very, very artistic, and I love it for that. But I also just love the story of it because it's a very Romeo and Juliet story, kind of underlying this very gory kind of action stuff going on, and it's kind of, yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorites. It's between those three, I guess. At Ice Cold Gaming asks, who is your favorite YouTuber to work with and favorite game? I don't like I hate what's your favorite questions, just because I never have just one. I have several, and I just have to rack my brain to try and put a group of them together and then try and pick one out that I think is my favorite, and I don't like doing that. But I think Isaac is probably my top 5 favorite game. Actually, my top favorite game is probably, and probably always will be, Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura by Sierra and Troika Games, and God rest their souls. But yeah, Arcanum is definitely, it was one of my first real open games where you just were allowed to do anything and everything, build your character the way you want to build your character, and the routes you could take were so expansive, and the story was awesome. I love the story. I loved the character interactions and just having a sense of freedom. It was the first game where I just had a real sense of freedom, and it was fun. There was more than one way to go about doing something, and yeah, and you could do whatever you chose to do. So that probably is it. Who is my favorite YouTuber to work with? I don't know. I love working with all the people that I usually work with in YouTube's. You know, obviously Minx, Omewrecker, D-Live, Tesh, Andy. You know, pretty much everybody. I love working. Wade, Lord Minion 777. These are all guys that I've met through doing this, and the people that I enjoy doing videos with. Whether we're doing speedrunners or Town of Salem, or if I'm end up at someone's stream playing Gmod, even though I don't even like Gmod that much, I still enjoy playing it with my friends. So yeah, pretty much, because I don't think of it as working with YouTubers. I think of it as doing videos with my friends, and that's what I like. So yeah, Nico London asks, are you banana? Negative. I am a meat popsicle. Next, Ureli Patricia asks, what is your favorite food? I love food, in case anyone hasn't fucking gathered that. I love food. I'm kind of addicted to food. I don't obsessively eat it all the time, but yeah, food is one of the finer pleasures in my life. And pretty much anything Chinese. I love anything Chinese or sushi. I could eat sushi every day. Unfortunately, we don't have a good sushi place around here, so that's not in the cards. I mostly get that if I go to the city for something, or when I'm down visiting my brother in Tennessee, since they have a really nice sushi place down there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The Awesome Gamer Z, how long have you been doing YouTube, and how long do you plan to do it? Again, I started up my YouTube account back in 2006, I think like in April or March or something, some shit like that. And I plan to ride this beast right all the way to fucking Valhalla, as long as I can keep supporting myself doing it, and YouTube stays around. I'm gonna probably keep doing it. All right. Random Man 2588 asks, Zelda or Final Fantasy 7? You are very specific on the installment of Final Fantasy, but not Zelda, so that makes it really hard. I love Final Fantasy 7, but honestly, it's not my favorite in the franchise, and it depends on what Zelda we're talking about. I love Zelda. I didn't like Wind Waker, but if you're talking like Majora's Mask was one of my favorites in the franchise. Obviously Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past. Skyward Sword was it was alright. I haven't beaten it yet, but Twilight Princess I haven't played it, and I need to play it, but I don't ever play my Wii, so yeah. I would probably say as a whole Zelda. If we're not going to be specific about which one, just Zelda in itself, I do like more than Final Fantasy VII. I would probably say I like Zelda as a whole more than Final Fantasy, because Zelda is one of those franchises that haven't plummeted into the shitter over the years like Final Fantasy has, where just about every fucking game they put out makes me puke in my mouth a little bit now. Save for the MMO, I really love 14. I think that's pretty damn gold, but like I haven't liked a Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy VIII for the most part, and it sucks. It really sucks. It's unfortunate. Just not really my thing anymore. Devin Taylor asks, if you were to meet a fan on the street, would you high five him or her? Fuck yeah, why not? I'm alright with that. The chances of it happening are very slim, since I live in a town of about 500 people and know everyone here, and everyone knows me here, so the chances of me running into a fan on the street here is highly unlikely. But yes, I probably would. Alright, at Glynis is boring asks, what's... Oh, I was drunk when I typed these out, so was there, okay, I missed an R in there. Was there one video game from your childhood that essentially made you love gaming? Oh, fuck, I don't know. I mean, because I've been gaming since I was old enough to hold a controller. And I've always loved gaming. It's just, you know, it's what I was brought up on from my siblings who were into gaming as well, and who are vastly older than me, so games in general made me love gaming. Watching my brother and sister play games on the Atari or the NES just made me love gaming. So Way Hey Uranus at Way Hey Uranus asks, would you rather become a mutant evolving alpaca that eats other alpacas, or access to all the food in the world? I wouldn't want to eat other alpacas. I couldn't do that to Rob. I like Rob. I think I'd rather have access to all the food in the world. So yeah. At Goldie Duck _stuff asks, what did you study back in college / university? Real quick, I never went to college. There was a couple times I was going to go to college, but things were always happening, and I was very indecisive about what I wanted to do even. I switched so many times my idea on what I wanted to do in college. I moved in, my girlfriend at the time and I got a place together, and I was going to start going to college there. First I was going to go to college to be an English teacher. And then I changed my mind. I decided, because I really love cooking. I loved cooking. Working as a cook kind of turned me off to the idea of ever being a cook. So, just because I love cooking for people leisurely. I don't like being rushed when I'm cooking. So I like cooking for me and my family or my friends and stuff like that. So I wanted to go to culinary school after that. And then my girlfriend and I broke up, so I had to move back home. And since that's like, 2-3 hours away from where I was living, there was just no way I could make that drive to go to that culinary school. And then I thought I wanted to go to college for music. And it's one of those things that I probably should have done because it would have made things so much easier on myself instead of having spent this last 6 years of my life trying to teach myself basic music theory and reading sheet music and time signatures and scales and chords and all that shit, and just notations and everything. And it's a pain in the ass teaching yourself how to read sheet music because it's literally another language, and even now I still don't know everything there is to know about it. So it's one of those things that I should have done and just didn't. At the Raven Quick asks, is there a YouTuber who inspires you, and if so, who? To be honest, not really. I mean, I guess the closest answer I have for this is Northern Lion, and I love watching Northern Lion stuff. I mostly just watch his Isaac stuff. I don't feel inspired by him in general, but he is the reason why I started doing Isaac gameplay on YouTube, which turned out being pretty much my bread and butter. It's it's what makes me the most money. It's what everyone loves to see, and it's what I love doing. So yeah, I'd probably be who it is. At Turby Gaming asks, any plans to record new gameplay? Of course there's more plans to record more gameplay. It's just right now my computer is been slowly taking a crap on me, even though I just got this fucker. It's not even a year old. But it was faulty out the box, and it was just generally a piece of garbage. And I have plans to start saving up as much as I can to get a new computer, something that is dependable and I can use without having to worry about it taking a shit on me just randomly. So, but yeah, that's why I haven't been doing much more for gameplay, plus a bunch of other stuff. But I do plan on doing more stuff. At the Tesh, my buddy Tesh, also another awesome YouTuber, so go check him out at youtube.com/theteshtube. You can also find him on some videos on my channel as well, doing speedrunners with Andy and Town of Salem and stuff. Go check him out, he's really cool. At the Teshtube asks, what do you do in your spare time to really just relax? Fucking sleep. I feel like there's no better way to relax than to just be dead to the world and be sleeping. And I would sleep all day if I thought I could get away with it. Either that or laying in bed and just like binge watching Netflix, because I binge Netflix so hard. Oh fuck, I'm almost done with House, and then I'm going to start Archer, and then I think I'm going to watch Twin Peaks again for a second time watching through Twin Peaks, because I love that show. And I binge so hard on Netflix. So also the Orange is the New Black new season coming up, either this month or next month. I don't remember which, but oh man, I'm going to be doing a lot of relaxing when that comes out. At Mia Love Japan asks, will you ever visit other countries other than America, Canada, or England? To be honest, I have never left America in my life. I've traveled a lot in America. I've been to a lot of different states and a lot of different cities for like music, for like doing concerts and stuff like that. And I've never been to Canada, and it's fucking right attached to my homeland here. So I've never been. I've never been out of the country. England, I'd love to visit England, just for the simple fact that a lot of my friends live there. Minx lives there, and I'd love to get to meet her and Andy and stuff like that. So yeah, other countries, man, I don't know, maybe I'd love to see Japan sometime. That'd be pretty fucking sweet, but who knows? At HJYY666, I'm not gonna go through your whole name. Anyways, they ask, when will you show your face? I feel like you thought you were asking Minx this question, because my face is all over my channel. When I do live streams, I live stream with a webcam. while I play games. I do a lot of vlogging and stuff. They're pictures of me and my videos and stuff like that. My face is all over. So yeah, I'm playing with my, like, I don't know why. I gotta move my hands, but I've been playing with my myself. No, a little kickstand for my phone. All right, Bosco the First asks, why don't you have your own skin in Town of Salem? Dude, I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask the fucking devs of Town of Salem. I don't think they have any celebrity skins done yet. So I mean, if it gets around to doing that, maybe something will happen. I know there's been a lot of talk, and we've gone rounds about this, and I'm out of the loop on it, and I don't care anymore. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's up to them. So yeah. Marshall Hill, what's your favorite game, or what's your favorite movie genre and your favorite movie from that genre? Again, I really, really hate asking or having to try and answer favorite questions because I like pretty much all genres of movie. I really don't like racing movies, I guess, but there's some that I do like. I love Turbo, but I mean, I like action movies, comedies, dramedies, horror films. I love pretty much everything. I even enjoy the occasional chick flick as well. So I mean, and as far as favorite movies go in those genres, shit, I don't know, man. The Fifth Element was one of my favorite movies growing up. Just because I was a real huge Bruce Willis fan. Still kind of a huge Bruce Willis fan, but I don't know. There's just a lot of movies, man. There are fewer movies that I hate than I like. Like I could probably make a list of all the movies I don't like because it's so small. I'm a sucker for movies. So, at HVGHW1 asks, what has been the best Let's Play game you've done? Well, obviously, hands down, Binding of Isaac, pretty much. I mean, that's my bread and butter. It's what I love to do, and that's what people love to see. So, pretty much that one. Poog the Urkin asks, do you plan on doing more Skycraft with Minx? Not likely at all. Skycraft was fun while we were doing it, but I feel like all parties that were involved in making and acting in Skycraft are okay with leaving it how it is now, which is kind of in a grave, because it's probably not going to continue or pick up ever again. So it was fun while it lasted, but I think we're all over it. Sir Cedric 3 asks, would you do a subscriber video where you film with a chosen 5? I'm assuming you mean like pick 5 fans and do a video with them or film with them, I guess. That's probably no. I've had to explain this before because a lot of people add me to Steam and a lot of people ask me to play games with them or to be in their video or let them be in my video, and it's one of those things where if I'm playing something like Killing Floor or Town of Salem, you end up in a game with me. That's fine, that's cool. I love being recognized, to be honest, as vain as that sounds. I love getting recognized. I love going into playing a game of Town of Salem and someone saying, oh, hey, it's Definition. I'm like, hey, yeah, and I'm cool with that. And if you end up in my video because of that, that is fine, but I can't honestly say yes to one fan and then say no to everyone else, so it's easier just to say no with everybody. So if I had to do a video with those 5 fans, I would feel obligated to have to do a video with every fan that asks me to do a video with them, and I cannot realistically deal with that. So it's always no to everybody. If they're a friend of mine, if they become a friend of mine or something, great, but don't make that your mission either. Don't be like, I need to be his friend now so I can be in his videos. Don't do that. But yeah, I do videos with my friends. I do videos with YouTubers that I enjoy. So, and that's kind of just how I want to keep it. Blue231 asks, have you ever played Euro Truck Simulator? No, I don't really like simulator games at all. Like, I have Tabletop Simulator, and that's pretty fun, but I don't like what is it, the bus simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, Farm Simulator. I don't like that shit. Not my thing. And I probably never will play it. Spotted G asks, all my data on my Xbox was wiped. What do I do? Answer, get a PlayStation. End of story. Rachel Stewart asks, what was your inspiration for the song I Remember? I Remember is a song that I did for a contest. It was the vocalist producer team competition. And my team member was obviously Untested Methods. And the rule for that specific challenge is we had to tell a cohesive story. And it could be, you know, any story. It just had to be a story, and it had to be fairly cohesive and coherent as well. And so I stayed up racking my brain and going, well, I usually write pretty deep shit. I got to think of a story, though. Stories aren't always my strong suit. Thinking of trying to write a song based completely around a story. But I stayed up all night and just hammered out an idea and went with it, really. I mean, there was no defining moment in my life where I was like, this speaks to me in volumes. I should do a song about this. I think the most inspiration I got out of that making that song was I named one of the characters after a family member of mine, which was Noel. That's about it. So yeah. Connor McDonald, where do you see yourself 1 year from now? Here, probably. Wondering what I'm going to be doing in a year from then, I suppose. I mean, like, I guess just doing YouTube still. Hopefully with way more subscribers than I have now, and getting more opportunities to do other things, pretty much. So yeah. Kyoko Ri asks, why is your username Definition? Definition was my rap handle before I started YouTube. That's what I went by when I was rapping. And why I picked that name is pretty not exciting. Like, there's no meaningful thing behind it. It was mostly just I was trying to think of a good rap name. And I was going through the dictionary, trying to find words that I thought suited me, and just like reading definition after definition after definition of stuff of like, nah, none of this really fits me, and if it does, it doesn't sound good as a fucking rap name. So, and eventually I was just like, you know what? Definition sounds great. I think definition is what I should go for. I can't find a definition that fits me, so I'm just going to go with definition. And then, of course, definition, I was like, oh, man, it would sound really cool if you spelled it like deaf, like you can't hear because it's music related. Oh, so fucking what a great idea. So that's how it came about. Oh, man. I felt like I missed a question in here because I remember there being a question. Hold on. I know it's up here. There's definitely one I didn't answer that I was going to answer. I just remember answering it in my head once, and I didn't. Oh, right. There we go. It's like question number 5. Datrius asks, this is also the last question. Datrius asks, as you continue to grow, what are your plans on the diversification of your content? To be perfectly honest, my channel's pretty diverse now. I mean, I'm doing gaming stuff, doing music, doing spoken word, you know, exercise vlogs, even though I haven't done one in a while, and stuff like that. Unboxing videos and shit. It's a pretty diverse. If you're gonna ask me, it's a pretty diverse channel as it is. Most Let's Play channels don't have that much diversity on their channels, and I also do like voice acting videos on my channel too. So, I mean, it's pretty diverse. I don't know what more I would want to do with the channel. I guess maybe years down the line, I really like the idea of writing and acting and sketch comedy. So maybe start working on sketch comedy stuff. But that's not really in the cards for the foreseeable future. I mean, if I do it, it's going to be way down the line likely. So but yeah, I'm probably just going to stick to doing what I'm doing because it's got a lot of stuff already going on. So yeah. Anyways, that's all the questions. I want to thank everyone again for sending in your questions. I did get a bunch, and this video's been going on for 40 fucking minutes now. 40 minutes, because I went on a tangent a few times. Also, 40 questions was apparently a lot more than I thought it would be. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks to everybody for sending in their questions. Again, sorry to anybody who I may have missed, or if you asked a question that someone else had asked and I didn't get your name in there. But it's hard to keep track of everything sometimes, especially with all the shit that I've got going on right now. But yeah, I enjoyed doing this, and now you know a little bit more about me, and great. So yeah, I will be doing some more videos here pretty soon, within the week and shit. Probably another vlog for exercising and all that jazz, and hopefully some more gaming stuff, assuming my computer can handle it. So anyways, if you guys like the video, let me know by liking the video and leave a comment, because I always enjoy reading them. And until next time, guys, I will see you later.